his teammate Klay Thompson finally got a 3 to fall. I think he was like 2 for 6. And I'm sure a lot of the coaches in the league were saying, where was that during the regular season when every one that Klay shot seemed to go down?
Klay Thompson in the World Championships last year in Spain shot 42% from downtown on that shorter FIBA three-point line. As we go to break, a look at the birthday boy. They call him Boogie. And it's time to dance on the fast break. And then the block, PJ.
Nice block. Tight end going down. You're not getting into play, Bradley Beal.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. It's 87-72, and courtside to Mark Stein with the gold medal winner from 2008, Dwight Howard.
Thanks, Jonesy. Dwight, we see you here in uniform tonight. We've seen you on the practice floor this week. How tempted were you to get out there and play tonight?
I wasn't tempted at all. Just here to watch these young fellas play. I'm loving what I'm seeing from these young guys. You know, Andre Drummond, Boogie Cousins, and all these guys are, you know, becoming great players in this league, and it's fun to watch them grow. So I'm just having a great time out here with all the guys. And I remember being here in 2008 for the Olympics, and you know, it's just a great experience.
You were supposed to play on the 2012 team as well. You had to have back surgery. How much lobbying have you done this week with Coach K, with Jerry Colangelo to try to get a spot on the 2016 team?
Well, I think the way I can get on the team is how I perform next season. You know, that's the only thing that really matters. You know, this mini camp was just for all of us to get together and talk about what we need to do to win the gold medal again. You know, so I'm excited about the opportunity. I'm thankful to be able to represent my country. I would love to get another gold medal, so that'd be great.
The Rockets just went to the conference finals in the West. You added Ty Lawson in the offseason, but you're still in the Western Conference, which isn't getting any easier. What do you see as the ceiling for the Rockets this coming season?
Well, I just hopefully we can get better and continue to play, and next year try to win a title.
Good luck to you next season.
Appreciate
Jonesy,
it.
back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Mark. Dwight Howard missed a good portion of the season, of course, with that knee injury, and James Harden did a lot of the offensive lifting while he was away. But Dwight looking healthy, and got a look at him in training camp last few days. What you think?
Oh, he looked very good. I like what he's saying. Meantime, he's talking about the young guys. Dwight's 29. Yeah, he's graybeard over there. I don't even know how he can get around. He's so old. But it's, again, that's part of that experience and reestablishing the culture that Mike talked about. And he showed clips. He showed clips from Beijing in 08 and the World Championships in London. And again, it reinforced even Carmelo and the guys who have done it. They need to be reminded. They said themselves, hey, it was great watching that. You kind of forget, you know, you take it for granted, and Mike Krzyzewski does not take anything for granted. He reinforces that with them, and he does it with music, he does it with video, he does it with speakers. General Dempsey came in and spoke to them today. So, again, all part of that culture that Jerry Colangelo was talking about.
Great job by both of them heading USA basketball. It's a 95-79 game. Rudy Gay with a nice bucket at the other end. Rudy Gay, you talk about somebody that filled in and answered the call of duty as Plumlee knocks down the jump hook. Kevin Durant last year stepped away from USA basketball in the wake. Wow, what a slam dunk by Fareed. In the wake of the Paul George injury, Kevin Durant stepped away, and Jerry Colangelo called up Rudy Gay, and Rudy said, I'll be there tomorrow. And he was a key part on cue with the layup and one in their gold medal run last year.
A gold medal in Turkey, another gold medal in the World Cup in Spain. Rudy Gay more than answered the question. And again, A, being ready and showing up right away, but B, the way he played. Rudy Gay is such a talented player. We see a little bit of it right there. But I mean, there's so much talent available to Mike Krzyzewski and Jerry Colangelo.
He actually gets used in a couple of different ways. You talk about USA basketball's versatility. Gay, a good example. He played a little bit of four even at times, right?
Well, again, depending on how they want to play, which way they, you know, move LeBron to center and put, you know, four guys around him. And again, that's why when you talk about, Kevin Durant is also a guy that can play a whole slew of positions. Klay Thompson, I think one of the things he brings to that guard mix, they're so strong at the point guard position, but Klay Thompson's size and defensive ability and the ability to knock down threes the way he does. I mean, he does it effortlessly in the NBA. the international three-point line to him is a layup. I mean, he just lives out there, and that spreads out a defense, and that opens things for some of these other guys who are so good at getting up and down the floor.
Drummond missing the first of two. The Angels, led by Mike Trout, take on Lorenzo Cain and the Royals. Baseball tonight, Sunday Night Countdown getting you started at 7. Angels-Royals at 8 Eastern on ESPN, and watch ESPN. How much does lack of proficient foul shooting hurt a guy like Andre Drummond in the big picture of FIBA basketball? Because they don't hesitate in international basketball to put you on the free throw line.
It hurts a little bit. I don't think it's a deciding factor because you bring so many other things to the table. But there's no question when you talk about a complete player, when you talk about somebody the coach is going to be reluctant to have in at the end of a game. You know, it's not as much during the game because he can overcome it with the other things he does. But you don't want to put a player out there who you know is so susceptible to being fouled and put on the line in a close game. So factor late in games, absolutely. Factor whether he makes the team, I don't think critical factor, but again, we talk about how hard it is to pick a team.
Right.
When you're comparing two guys with so much ability, you start going down the checklist, and then you go, wait, and then one guy shoots 81% from the free throw line, the other guy is an adventure on the free throw line.
Right.
That can tip the scale the other way.
Mayor Johnson with the slam, and perhaps ditto for DeAndre Jordan, another one of the bigs in camp for USA Basketball who showed up this week.
Not perhaps, ditto, without question.
DeAndre Jordan, the subject of a very frenzied and hectic and seesaw recruitment during the offseason.
I'm glad that was you. I'm glad that was you trying to describe that. All I could think of was, hey, I'm back in college. I spent 23 years as a college coach. And I remember the difference between when someone verbally committed and you finally got his signature on a letter of intent. Well, this was a little bit different. Free agent signing period, the moratorium, and for a while, obviously it looked like he was going to be in Dallas, but when it was all said and done, he's back with the Clippers.
Flalo fouled by Alfred Payton. Of course, DeAndre Jordan was asked at training camp a couple of days ago, are you and Chandler Parsons, who was the main recruiter, are you guys still tight? Are you guys still cool? And he said, yeah, we're all right.
I was kidding. Chandler Parsons was on an exercise bike during practice the other day. I walked over and I said, hey, you were the best recruiter in the country for about 4 days, man, but then your stock dropped. He just stared at me and smiled.
Yeah, Chandler Parsons, the closer, he was the guy that successfully recruited Dwight Howard for the Houston Rockets as a member of the Rockets a couple of years ago.
Hey, we're not doing a good job. That's the first free throws attempted by the white team. Breaking news here in Las Vegas.
12 seconds to go now, 11 here in the third quarter. White leading by 10. Oladipo inside. Johnson had it blocked. Plumlee going around the world to Kawhi Leonard, and he didn't get it off in time. Just a split second late.
Don't think we're going to go to Secaucus to review that one.
No replay center tonight. 10-point advantage for the white team. Barnes with 17, DeRozan with 13, and the former NBA Finals MVP with a slam dunk just a hair late. Welcome everyone back to Las Vegas. A glow at night as we take a look at tonight's game track, brought to you by Jeep. And some of the important and pertinent numbers tonight. Lots of points on the board, BJ. And some guys, yeah, they call it a scrimmage, call it a game, call it a run, call it what you want, but always an opportunity to make a good impression. And one guy that's made an impression in the ring over the years, Floyd Money Mayweather on hand tonight. Avid basketball fan.
Sitting 2 seats away. We tried to talk him into playing. He's got sneaks on, but I think he didn't like the salary cap. He was not interested in what we were selling.
He didn't go for the whole thing about us writing him a check,
no,
right?
Forget it.
Drummond inside. Yeah. Floyd Mayweather was a member of one of the celebrity games we did on ESPN several years ago. Recent win over Manny Pacquiao, big victory.
It's a different weight class for Floyd here tonight.
Yeah. Leonard with the layup and the steal. Kawhi Leonard, first team all defense this past season. He's got 14 now.
He can't help himself. He's going to make good defensive plays. That's the San Antonio way.
Thompson with the rebound. You know, I spoke with a couple of guys in training camp during the last couple of days, and there are several that still don't know what Kawhi Leonard sounds like. He doesn't say much, folks.
No, he does, but it's funny. I was talking to our trainer at the fantasy camp, Dave Topchek from University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and Kawhi's used to playing in his building. He was at San Diego State playing for Steve Fisher, so he spent a lot of time in Las Vegas. He's very comfortable here, but he's not about making noise. He's about making good plays on the floor.
Barnes with the drive and slam. Yeah, the San Antonio Spurs, Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan back, Parker back, Ginobili back, and a guy named LaMarcus Aldridge makes them perhaps the biggest winners. PJ, what do you think of the offseason?
I think so, because I mean, they were a good team to begin with. It wasn't like they needed a lot to matter. But when you add a LaMarcus Aldridge, I mean, that's really significant. Yeah, they lost a couple players that I do think are going to matter. Corey Joseph was a critical player for them, as was Marco Bellinelli. But I really like the moves by San Antonio. But you mentioned it before, when Steiny was talking to Dwight Howard. It's the Western Conference, man. There are a lot of people to climb over, and nobody's coming backward. They're all going north. They're all going the other way. So it's really a bear for somebody to come out of that Western Conference.
Griffin knocks down the three. Folks, keep in mind now, he's expanded his game. Griffin shot 40% from downtown this year from three, okay? And you factor in the shorter FIBA line, he becomes a somewhat even better three-point shooter in the international game.
Come on, Blake, he was on cue. You're supposed to make that one.
11-point lead for the white team. Just under 7.5 minutes to go here. Victor Oladipo tried to draw the foul on Aflalo.
Victor's talking to Jose Carrion. That's going to fall on deaf ears.
Oladipo just completing his second year, point guard of the Orlando Magic.